Mizuno cart. Wizard. Uh-oh. All right, then. Okay. What we got here? Full-blown range. Foundry.
We're storing all this information. So here's you see your club head speed, tempo, toe do, kick angle, release factor, angle of attack, and shaft lean. So this is what we're measuring, the gyrations that the shaft goes through when you hit a shot. So the two largest contributors to shaft weight and flex are club head speed and tempo. And the way we measure tempo is that's the end of the backswing and beginning of the forward swing. So when you change directions, that's the first time we begin to put load on the shaft.
Okay.
So you can see your usual suspects here. When you have 90 miles an hour club head speed and a 6 tempo, that's a scale from 1 to 9. So you can see as that tempo gets faster and faster, you have to have a shaft that responds well for that.
Okay.
And so you can see these top three are 130 grams.
Wow.
So
never would have guessed that.
Yeah.
And then why is the C taper 120? Why is that one really just not set up for me on the course?
Well, it's got you in the C taper
X.
So you can see that's a dynamic gold C taper. So KBS product.
Gotcha.
Number 5 is KBS product. Project X 6.5. So what you'll see is with your speed and tempo, you see how linear these lines are.
Yeah.
So this is the bending profile of these shafts by color code.
Yeah.
So you'll see the dynamic gold is the soft. It's the most butt stiff, and then it gets softer, and then it gets the most stiff of the three.
Okay.
So it's going to have a different feel altogether. The C taper is just kind of a beast. It just never really changes. It's
Gotcha.
very linear. So this is what we call the bending profile. So this is the butt end of the shaft. This is the tip end.
Yeah.
And you can see how tight. There's not a lot of separation here.
Yeah.
And so that's what you get. That's what you get when your club head speed is 90 and a 6 tempo.
Yeah.
If it's 90,
And I felt like I was hitting rhythm moves there. Like I wasn't loading hard.
No, that's fine. I mean, you got plenty of speed, and so what you need is a shaft to give you control over the golf ball. You don't need a shaft to help you generate speed because you're doing it yourself.
Okay.
So
thanks, Kobe.
Yeah. So that's where these are going to come into play. These two, even though they're made by the same company, total different feel. I noticed that you do hit the ball high, so you're probably going to like something with a more tip stiff, like this dynamic gold, that's going to help bring that ball flight down a little bit.
Okay.
So we just kind of play with these, and then once we figure out what the shaft is, then we can kind of change the models, where it's the 243 or the new S3 or the Forged or wherever you wind up being.
Okay. Right there, I can see. He'll scroll down like the top 20.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Same here, right? So the ball speed, the spin rate is going to kind of dictate the height of the shot, and the height of the shot is going to dictate your landing angle. So our landing angle is still over 45. So that's what we're looking at there, is that peak height. If we can get that peak height
down to 110.
But you can see how little it spins in this model.
Yeah.
And we got 166 out of a toe shot. It carries there. Our descent angle is still where we needed to be, and we're still at 110 or so.
You said it's going to spin more because it's a softer shaft?
Yeah.
Okay.
The descent angle is so easy. Now,
So land angle overrides
Yeah.
The spin. Okay. And that's what the
Well, and that's what you're getting out of the
245.
7-iron, and then once you drop down to the
Dynamic
8-iron
Goldex.
in this, once you drop down to the 8, 9 and pitch
Yeah.
gap in this,
yeah.
they're that cavity is smaller and smaller. And
Gotcha.
smaller.
One more.
All right.
A little thin.
Yep.
There we go. That's it. But I swung full there.
Yeah. That's what I'm looking for.
There you go.
Kobe. Nice work, Kobe. Know what you're doing.